Dear viewers, welcome to this episode of Your Life, Your Money. We are passing through the spike in the stock market and you see the markets making lifetime highs at regular intervals of time. You also see pullbacks in between, but nevertheless, it is safe to say we are passing through the spiky phase of the market. I just thought, let me try and put something else in your mind right now, and that's something which is away from the stock markets. I'm going to talk about the fixed income in this episode. Why fixed income is a compelling case for a large majority of people. I'm going to discuss this issue in this NRI Money Clinic. Stay till the end of the video. I have brought 10 points for you. You must know before you invest in the fixed income. This is NRI Money Clinic for you, and I am Dr. Chandrakant Bhatt, your financial guide for a happy living.
NRI Money Clinic. No hype, just the right advice.
Before I get started on this video, let me tell you what is fixed income. A fixed income is something which will give you a defined benefit, a regular cash flow, a predictable cash flow. The money you park in the bank fixed deposits or the RD accounts or annuities or pensions or something which is Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, or you take PPF accounts, or you take Pradhan Mantri Vaya Bandhan Yojana, senior citizen scheme. To a certain extent, even the rentals can be considered as fixed income. It will give you something out of a cash flow. You know what exactly you are going to get before you take your decisions to park your money into that. That's called the fixed income. In this episode, let's try and understand 10 points you must know before you decide to park your money in the fixed income. Let's get started one by one. Point number 1. Many people think that most of the money which is available in the world is parked in the stock market. It is the stock market which is holding a great deal of wealth. The correct answer is it's no. More than 70% of the financial assets are locked into fixed income. Something like a bank fixed deposit, something like your corporate bonds, the government bonds, and the various fixed income. More than 70% of the money is locked into the fixed income assets, which means to say fixed income asset is very, very popular. Do you think the 70% of the money which has gone into fixed income, or 70% of the people who are using fixed income, are the ones who do not have knowledge? The answer is no. They have done it deliberately, they have done it wisely, they have done it based on their requirement. The institutions, the high net worth individuals, the retirees, everyone use fixed income extensively. Point number 2. Fixed income is real. Fixed income is something which will come to you irrespective of what happens, where and when. You don't have to worry about is there a war. You don't have to worry about there is a change of the government. You keep getting it as real cash flow irrespective of the situation which will pan out. The only thing which you have to keep in mind is from where will the fixed income come from. Let's say you have parked your money in a government bond or a government scheme or a good quality bank. The large banks, the large PSU banks, as long as it is not a small cooperative bank, you are very certain. So the fixed income what you get is real and it is there for you to enjoy right now. That is the one which is making it very attractive. People get attracted to defined benefits, and fixed income serves that particular purpose very well. Point number 3. Fixed income gives you return now and immediately. There is no delay. Let's say you park your money in a bank fixed deposit, or you park it into a bond which gives you coupons, which is nothing but periodical payouts of interest on the bonds, or into any government schemes. They have a defined payout period, either monthly, quarterly, half-yearly, yearly. Everything is defined. There is no question of waiting which is involved. You have surplus money to invest, and they have the schemes to offer to you, and they tell you how long you have to stay invested, how much is the interest rate they are going to give. Even if you have rented out some properties, be it commercial, be it residential, you know how much is the rent you are going to get, and that will come every month. The beauty of fixed income is the returns will come immediately. In contrast, your investment in assets which are taken with an intention that they will build wealth, for example, your mutual funds, for example, your stocks, parcels of land, art pieces, anything for that matter, will give you returns sometimes in the future, and that's uncertain. When will it happen? How much it will happen? This is uncertain. Whereas fixed income is real and now. Point number 4. The popularity of fixed income is because of its nature. It is very, very simple. You don't need any advisor or you don't need anyone to understand how fixed income works. Let's say that you have got 50,000 rupees, or let's say that you have got a crore of rupees. You can walk into a bank branch and you can ask them, look, I have got so much of a money. I don't need this money for so many years. I want the income this way now every month, or I will collect this interest at the end of the term. You can just explain and the bank official will tell you how much you are going to get. It's as simple as that. So you don't need any reading of a brochure, complex clauses which are built into it. Nothing of that thing is required. So it is very simple. It is easy for everyone to understand. It does not require a great deal of intellect, and it is available everywhere, every nook and corner. That makes it very, very attractive. Now let's look at the uses of fixed income. That takes me to point number 5. Fixed income can replace your salary. At some point of time, you are going to stop working, particularly in case of retirees. You will retire. Till then, you are getting a salary at the end of the month, and something needs to be replaced for loss of that salary or the cessation of that salary. So it should hit your account because you have your living expenses, you have your commitment, and something has to fill in. Fixed income fills that gap very, very well. If you are wisely invested in the fixed income, be it the annuities, be it the rentals, be it the bonds, be it the fixed deposit, or any kind of fixed income instrument, the cash flow which comes from that can replace your salary. So it's a good idea for people who are nearing retirement, who are about to retire, people who have got the end of service benefit, to park your money into fixed income instrument with an intention that it can replace a great amount of salary that you would have been drawing during your working years. The next use, point number 6, fixed income can create second income for you. If you are a person who is working, who is not retired, you have an active income right now, you are looking to build a second income, then you can't build a second income using the stock market. You can't build a second income using a parcel of land. So you need fixed income. If your intention is to build a second income, you have to use one or the other form of fixed income solution. An FD is fine, a bonds are fine, a debt funds or the mutual fund which can give you dividends are fine. Anything is fine. So fixed income helps you to build the second income during your working years. Point number 7. Fixed income is for everyone. If you say, I have to invest in stock market, then evaluation is required. Are you ready for it? Do you have a risk profile or not? Do you have the required knowledge to handle this thing? So stock markets are not for everyone. Fixed income is for everyone. If you are a minor and you want to save the pocket money given by your parents, you can use it. If you are somebody who has joined the job right now and want to build your emergency fund, you can use it. If you are a lady, if you are a man, if you are a young one, if you are a retired one, if you are a mature individual, if you are an institution, you have kept money for ABC purpose, which is short to medium in nature, everyone can use fixed income. Fixed income is something which is a common denominator for anyone to use at any point of time, and it will not prevent, it does not require risk profiling of an individual. It requires many a time where do you park your money? To a certain extent of due diligence is required there. But by and large, it is very safe to say anyone and everyone at any point of time can use fixed income. Point number 8. You know the reason why fixed income is so popular? The reason is it is not volatile. If you have parked your money in a stock or a mutual fund, the prices are volatile. Some days they are up, some days are down. If you are passing through a bull market like what it is happening now, you will feel very happy, but markets will not behave the same way every day. There are periods of lull, there are periods of market crashing down. All things will happen and markets will react to the events which are happening in the economy, events happening because of the geopolitics, and because of which it creates volatility. Whereas fixed income is very stable. It is defined. It is immune to what happens around you. That makes it very, very interesting. That gives a comfort for an investor that my money is very safe, and if I need this money tomorrow, I'll get the same amount of money. I don't have to take a haircut around that, unlike in stock market. So people use it because it is not volatile, and it makes a good case for people to develop emergency fund. When you develop emergency fund, what do we look for? We look for instruments which are not volatile in prices, instruments which are liquid in nature. Both these cases can be well supported by investment in fixed income. So fixed income has multiple advantages. By the way, dear viewers, I would like to listen to you. Have you ever invested in fixed income? What has been your experience? Did you feel sorry at any point of time that I invested in fixed income? What has been your experiences? I would like to listen from you. Please drop your comments in the comment section below. While I told you 8 points which are beneficial to you, does it mean to say fixed income does not have negatives? The answer to this question is no, it does have its set of negatives. And as a prudent investor, as an informed investor, you need to be knowing what is the negatives of fixed income investment as well. I have come to you here with 2 points. That takes me to point number 9. Fixed income, while it is good, also has a default risk. A default risk is when you invest your money, you count on the counterpart on the other side, which could be a bank, which could be a corporate, which could be your tenant, or anyone on the other side who promises to pay you a defined benefit against the sums that you have invested there, can default on this. We call this as default risk. Sometimes you get a news telling that this bank has gone bankrupt. Sometimes you get a news that this corporate has defaulted on its bond obligation. That's a risk, you take it. How do you manage it? The way to manage that is, number one, when you're parking your money in, let's say, in fixed income, then you choose the bigger banks, the big private sector banks, the big PSU banks. Avoid the smaller banks, avoid the lesser known cooperative banks, and they can be prone for default. If you are compelled to invest in that, you have no obligation or you have no other choice, but you want to invest in that, the best way to handle that is keep an exposure control. Don't put an exorbitant amount of money into those small banks. If they were to go bankrupt, then it should not create a pathetic situation in your life. Keep an exposure control and then invest your money to best possible extent. My advice is, if you are using your money which you require for your retirement days, then stay away from these small banks and small institutions. Rather go with the big institutions. That's what you need to be doing. The last of the point number 10, it will not beat inflation. The biggest negative of fixed income, the fixed income gives you a defined benefit. Let's say that you have got 1 crore, and let's assume that you get 6% yield out of the fixed income. That means you get 6 lakh rupees every year. You are going to stay invested there for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. Your benefits will remain at 6 lakhs, assuming that it's an annuity plan, assuming that it's an FD which locks your money for 10 years, it will not change. What happens in the interim? The prices rise from year to year. The amount of money you get every year remains same, the 6 lakhs. So the amount of purchasing power this 6 lakhs has today will not be the same 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line. So fixed income, while gives you a volatility free cash flows, it also suffers the problem of not beating inflation. So if you are creating a fixed income solution for a longer period of time, keep at the back of your mind that it will not beat inflation and it will pass through erosion of purchase price. That calls for professional advisors to help you. Now you are attracted to investing in fixed income, but you don't want the negatives of the fixed income, the default risk to be avoided, how to beat inflation, how can you combine. The solution lies in preparing combo solution. You should have certain amount of money in fixed income. You should have certain amount of money in inflation beating instruments like stocks or mutual funds or rentals. And that calls for real advisors' help. If you have an intention to make best use of fixed income, you are looking at a retirement, you need a fixed income, you don't want volatility, but at the same time, it should beat inflation or it should stay in line with inflation, you can make best use of our services. We have a team of experts who understand these matters inside out, and they have helped thousands of people across more than 60 different countries. If you need help around that, make best use of services provided by us. How to reach out to us? Very simple. Our number is given here in the description box below. We have also given you a link there. Just click on the link. It takes you to the WhatsApp. Send a message from there. From there onwards, our team of experts will take over and are ever ready to help you. Dear viewers, hope the video that I have done today helped you to understand the benefits and the demerits of investing in the fixed income. If it did give you a direction, if it gave you the required amount of information around this, please do like this video. Do not forget to share these videos with your friends and relatives, near and dear ones, and on all the WhatsApp groups on which you are connected with. Thank you very much for watching this episode on NRI Money Clinic. I shall be back with you with yet another topic in yet another video next Friday. Till then, stay safe. Jai Hind.
Press the bell icon for more details and subscribe our channel.